Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Comrade Detective Season 1, Episode 2. It's called No Exit. Full spoilers for the episode as always. I'm digging the plot.
I am too, which
Do
I'm kind of surprised about, but
you know what it
yeah.
is though? Because obviously the main plot of this episode is that they find a hidden... Like, in the guy they captured last episode, Ivan, right? He's in the hospital because they beat the shit out of him. And he's recovering, but they're searching his car. It's Yosef is searching his car, and they find a game of Monopoly hidden in the back seat, and they're all like, "What's this?" Because it's funny, I never really thought about it, but Monopoly is kind of
It's
capitalism, the
it,
game.
it is, yeah. Of course it is.
So they're like confused, and they actually have to go to informants to find out what the hell this Monopoly is.
Yes, or as they keep calling it, Monopoly.
Monopoly, yes. Until, of course, and obviously it opens up some character stuff because these informants that they go to turn out to be Gregor's parents, who he turned in himself for getting too capitalist. Basically, they were
Yeah.
supposed to be working, sort of investigating that kind of thing, and sort of being in a liaison kind of idea, and they basically got seduced by the capitalist ways. Like you see the mother's in the flashback, she's got a fur coat on, and the dad's got a fancy watch on, and like,
Yeah.
oh, possessions, oh, so exciting. um and I love how evil it's painting capitalism when so much of like this is like normal to us. Like the
Yeah.
idea of being excited because you got a nice watch or just something like that. But here,
Right.
this is evil. This is the corruption of the world.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's like just how horrified they are by Monopoly. Like the idea of teaching the kids to bankrupt their citizens.
yeah. So the purpose of this game is to turn your allies into poverty so you can get rich. It's like this is how they indoctrinate children at an early age with these capitalist ways.
And I was like, you gotta go, yeah, I mean, they're not wrong.
I, mean, I just it was really funny, but it says something to the other parents. By the way, this never occurred to me when they first walked out. But halfway through the scene, I went, "Wait a minute, why are this married couple in prison together? This is weird." Then I just started giggling to myself. I'm like, "This is just one of these cheesy
Yeah.
things that they're just doing because, yeah, why not?" So it is playing with cliches. Like you've got the goofy like sort of rival partnership in the police station who are always making. One of them's ginger, by the way. A lot of gingers in Romania. I wonder.
Yeah, it's plausible.
Is it plausible? Okay, fair enough.
I'm sure it is.
Maybe you've got some Romanian blood in you,
Not to my knowledge.
not to your knowledge. So so yeah, we get a little bit of that, but and again, even that feels like a sort of cliched, or no, cliche is not the right word, a trope. They're playing on tropes of
Yeah.
the detective genre. That he's got this history where he puts someone he cared about away because he believes in it that much, and all that stuff. And we meet Yosef's family. He's got a wife, he's got kids, and they're all very pleasant. And they break out Monopoly, of course, and they keep looking at it, they keep trying to like. And there is like some obviously case stuff here because there's like markings on the board. Some of the streets have been crossed out, and it looks like a message of some kind. And they end up going to question Ivan, which leads to one of my two biggest laughs of this episode. My biggest laugh. Now this is a really dark place to have a big laugh, but it really cracked me up. So they go to question Ivan because he's woken up from his induced not coma, but they've knocked him out for the night. So they go back to question him, and first of all they hit him in the face with a Monopoly board, which I thought was funny.
It was great.
And they question him like, who got you to do this? Why did you kill the partner? Because they actually go to his house at one point and they find a burned Reagan mask. So they think, oh, it seems too easy though. Even they think it's too easy, and they
Yeah.
suspect there's more to it. But so they question him. They're beating up a little bit, and the doctor demands, like, no, this is not an interrogation room. You can question him once I've discharged him. And they get him out the room, and they bicker outside a little bit about the case. And then they come back in the room and like, oh, screw this, and they bust back in the room, and Ivan has hung himself. He's committed suicide. Really dark. And then the doctor shows up, looks in and goes, I love this line so much. He looks in and he goes, well, great. Now our healthcare system won't even be able to save him.
It's so good. It's because obviously a lot of it is the propaganda stuff. We keep hearing how good their healthcare system is. And they're like, oh, it's the best in the
Yeah,
world.
it's at the start of the episode when it's setting up what the truck plot. It's the car, the checkpoint,
Yeah,
and the soldiers like, oh, this is the best car in the world. Surely it has the best radio in the world.
yeah. It's good. And then that line killed me.
That line
That,
killed
that
me.
whole sequence where it's like, what would Lenin do?
Yeah,
And he's like, Lenin would not give up, and just breaks down the door.
that's right. That's how they go back in.
Yeah,
But that line about even our healthcare system can't save him now. That thoroughly broke me.
yeah.
Uh,
That's fantastic.
that was probably the best laugh of the episode. The second best laugh of the episode, though, is later on. There's like these guys in the trucks. It turns out they're actually handing out these jeans that
Yeah.
the big plot point in the first episode. These jeans that are coming into the country, these capitalist jeans, and they're handing them out. And Gregor wakes up after having a one night stand with two ladies because he's such a macho badass that. He doesn't even try and talk to them. They just want it in the bar. They're just looking over at him and they're giggling and like.
He's such an ultimate communist that they can't help themselves. They've got to share themselves with him.
Exactly. So it's again playing with that trope that he's such a gruff badass that the ladies are throwing themselves at him. But he wakes up and he sees people outside fighting over these jeans, and he runs down and he sees the truck and he immediately pulls. He's not even got shoes on, but he's brought his gun with him, and he pulls out his gun. He's like, "Freeze! Put your hands up!" Because they're giving out jeans. This is
Yeah.
This is almost like a. Not a terrorist attack, but it's like it's got this like aura to it where like they're committing this big public crime in the middle of the
Yeah,
street.
that's how it's played.
Yeah, where he pulls out the gun and like people all start running, and he opens fire. He actually opens fire because they're handing out pairs of jeans. But the second biggest laugh for me though was when they go back to he goes to Yusuf's house and he's like, oh, this we didn't solve the case. It wasn't because the captain wanted to write it off as, oh, this guy's Ivan's done it and he committed suicide because he was guilty. But like, nah, there's more to it than this. And they get eventually it's like, oh wait a minute, it was the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador who set us on his path. So they go and question her. But before they do that, they're in Yusuf's house, and the wife comes in and they're talking to her, and then one of his daughters comes in and picks up the jeans, and we don't see that happen at first. We just see the mother's react. Yusuf's wife just screams like she's just saw. It's like she's just saw.
It's like the kids come in with a bomb.
Yeah, I was going to say come in watching porn, but yeah, that's an even better. Like she reacts like her kid's doing something like super dangerous. Like, oh, my kid might die if I don't go over there and
Yeah.
deal with this. And it cuts to the girl just holding the pair of jeans. and then like Yusuf's like, give me them right now, and the girl's like, no, I like these. Oh, what's this? And
They're like,
no,
go to your room. You're
don't
not
be
having
a-
jeans.
yeah, don't be a capitalist. Give me the jeans. Oh my god.
I love how Gregor keeps pronouncing it wrong, even though he's been corrected like multiple times. He keeps pronouncing them wrong.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the right
It's
pronunciation is.
Jordash is the right one, but he keeps calling it Jordashi.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but that's so. Some of these reactions to these things are really starting to crack me up. Like it's very. Like it's treating capitalism like it's this scary evil thing that
Yeah.
it almost like, and as much as it has been a satire of like what American
The
movies and
communism.
stuff
Yeah.
would do in the 80s, I never felt like it was quite that. It was, it was never, oh, my kid looks like he might become a communist. No one was ever, you never get a scene like that. It's definitely turned it up to 11.
Not that I remember, no.
Oh, someone's going to give us a movie now. There's a scene in this one.
It probably exists somewhere.
Probably. But no, so I'm digging that. But this whole idea, I love the fact that they're mixing. Okay, there's this mysterious Monopoly board game, and it's got like hidden messages on it, right? And that's the plot. So they're mixing the mystery and like what does this mean with the weird satire and the weird like let's flip the conventions and have them be scared of capitalism. So everything with the Monopoly board was cracking me up.
It was great. It's just the best stuff.
But yeah, so they know there's more to this. They know there's someone else to catch. They go back to the embassy, and they think they might be the ambassadors behind it all. But of course, we already had a hint last episode with the ending that she wasn't the one pulling the strings. There was someone higher up in the food chain. And sure enough, they go to the embassy, and she's already dead. Someone's poisoned her, literally poisoned her with money. Again, the capitalism.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Even Yosef's like, oh, the killer's got a sense of humor. Like,
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
you got to have some respect for that killer. Just on a pure comedic level.
His messaging is on point. He's really making a
It is.
statement.
Yeah.
He's really making a statement. So we actually end with the two guys who were in the trucks. We saw at the start of the episode, then we saw them handing out the jeans. We end with them and a mysterious man in a hat. Like, we don't see his face, but the camera's always behind him.
I love how this sequence is edited. We see him walking through the streets to get there, and go past the kids where the spin was.
In the first episode, yeah.
Yeah, and he stays dead center frame, just walking, and all the locations it cuts between them as he keeps walking.
Yeah, and the camera positioning, the fact that he is dead center, the way it's not showing you, he's important. He's probably the killer, if not someone else super important. But it's when he gets in, and again, another big thing here is Pepsi. Like they keep, and this is the funny thing. Like in most shows, this product placement would be kind of over the top, but here it's actually kind of selling the point. Like they're into Pepsi because they're dirty, capitalists. Like they like the American thing, so they're having Pepsi. And
it's like going, look at this. It's intentionally showing you because this is bad, which is kind of how it's really strange for product placement.
Yeah, but it's using it to make this point that these are the underground capitalists that the cops are after,
and you walk in them, they're playing Monopoly.
And they're playing Monopoly, and so the killer grabs a mask. He's got more of these Reagan masks lying around. He puts it on and he kills the two guys, and then he goes over to the window, cracks open his Pepsi, takes a sip, sits it down in the windowsill, and the camera just pulls back as he's watching out from the window, and that's our cliffhanger for the end of the episode.
It's pretty great.
I said this a lot in the first one, but I am really impressed how much I'm into the plot.
Me too. Like the start of this episode where the car pulls up, the bomb, the explosion looked pretty good. Like, it was over the top, but
do you know
it was pretty good for what it was.
It wasn't. It was. It looked good because it was a practical effect. They actually did an explosion, right?
Yeah.
But the guy who sets it off, he runs away from the car as he presses the button, and it explodes. He jumps and it explodes behind him. It's that classic shot, right?
Yeah.
And it looks really shitty in a traditional sense because it's a really small explosion for what that is.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, oh, they're poking fun at that trope because it's just a stinky little explosion by comparison. Because usually in a movie it'll be an entire building, and
yeah.
Even a car will go up and.
But then it does cut back, and it's a much bigger explosion.
Yeah.
Than what it was just before.
Yeah, I think that I've not seen them do it too much, but there's been a couple of moments where it seems like they've intentionally had a really bad edit because they want the continuity to look goofy.
Yeah.
Because they want it to feel like that kind of cheesy old school thing, and I wonder if they'll play with that a little bit more as we go on. Like if they'll deliberately make the motion in like a kick or a punch look off because it'll make it funnier to like the impact.
I'm sure it will.
But no, I'm digging this mysterious killer, this mysterious capitalist, and I'm starting to think it's going to be someone that we know because he keeps wearing the mask. They're not showing the
police
face.
Captain.
You think police captain?
He wrote it off too easy. I think that's the one that would hurt most because they were like, oh, no one in our police force would be like that.
Is there any way it could be Nikita?
I want to say no, but I think that would play into the ridiculousness very nicely if it was.
He somehow faked his death, even though it was witnessed, and there was another person there to do it. And it'll turn out to be him. But I feel like turning it to be someone they know has to be the outcome here. Because it has to be, oh no, this person we knew is a capitalist.
It's hiding them from us.
Yeah. I feel like the captain's too obvious, though. Because he's like really the only person that would have
impact.
Right,
but that's kind of why I'm thinking it. Like it's playing into overly obvious things all the time. Like it's playing the tropes.
But is it going to go really silly though to subvert our expectations?
Yeah, that's the thing. It could do that. It could.
Is it Yosef's wife, for example? Nah, her stream when she saw her daughter with those jeans was too genuine. Yeah, too genuine.
I'm impressed by this because I was really before I watched. I was really concerned that it's going to be a gimmick and the plot's not going to really be there to back it up, but it is. It's actually interesting.
Yeah, I'm digging it. So that's episode 2 of Comrade Detective. I still can't get over Even our healthcare system can't save him now. That is such a good line.
It's genius.
That's such a good goddamn good line. Anyway, so that's Comrade Detective episode 2. We will be back with episode 3 shortly. So thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv. You can do that over there. Get some bonuses and all that kind of thing for your trouble. But that is otherwise. So thank you once again for watching. Keep watching TV. Have you got any vanilla?